That's a lovely controlled forte sound from a full band. Neat accentuation, lovely stringy accents in the third and fourth bars. It's probably below the 168 of the metronome mark, but it does have an excellent dance-like quality. Very good controlled balance between percussion and woodwinds, and it's lovely to hear such bright woodwind colours. Good balance in the harmony parts there in the flutes at 29. Make sure the tuning's true on each line. Be careful in the saxes that when we do the accents we keep the integrity of pitch. Some of the tonguing is making the lower embouchure, the lower lip, just drop a bit, making notes go a bit flat. Be careful of support. Well attended cross rhythms. We eased off a bit on tempo before 47, but 47 regains it. Now a good fortissimo. Make sure we focus the da-do, dee-do, that all the notes are well placed and in tune in the brass as well as the saxes. Again, intonation in the flutes in the harmony there. Make sure here with the lower lines of clarinet and sax here that the upper line wants to project, of course, because it's on the top, but make sure the second and third parts are harmonically equal. In fact, four-part harmony with the clarinets. Also against the held trombone, euphonium, tuba sound of 6/6, make sure that we keep a good integrity of pitch center. Again, slight issues with the chording. It hasn't really settled in the low brass. Good sense of build from the 76, the faster section. You built up to 86 very nicely and making a really good bold sound here as required. The accents are very strong. Again, be careful as we do an accent that we keep the same quality of control of tone and pitch. That the technical way that we make an accent, if it's going to be done by the tongue inside the mouth, shouldn't change the embouchure, because if it does, that will change both tone and pitch. Support, very important all the way through. We have to get the same whisper-like quality of woodwind and percussion. The bells are a bit bright there. Difficult to know in this hall, which you won't know how to project or how much the percussion does project, but it does come over very brightly. Just drop back a bit. It's a lovely refreshing colour again, this 103. Very strange tuning effect at 119. Just at the end, this ringing cymbal. The last two bars, we want to hear those actually coming through. With the held sounds, the percussion sounds, we didn't really hear that come through clearly enough. Final notes marks Saucedo with an accent, with a staccato, but it still has to be a well-focused, well-pitched note. Don't just throw it away. Give it a lot of consideration and make sure that final sound is a really good one. Beginning very well, ending with less control. Make sure we keep that control right the way through the piece. But it was very good that you had the dynamic control throughout, that you had only forte at the start. You went on the reprise, you got to fortissimo, and that the range of dynamics within is extremely well used. It's a wide range and very thoughtfully constructed. A beautiful effect here. Well done for flute, not just for playing a solo at the first 4 bars so well, but also for working so well with the harp, so that the balance is neatly managed. All the percussion here balancing nicely. Very effective the way the band comes in gradually. Very sensitive work all round. Beautifully played here. I love the texture. Pity with the drum was a bar behind. Keep your pitch integrity in the woodwind, in quiet playing, lots of support, especially ends of phrases, carry through to the airspace, the rest that follows. Again, very nice balance, a lovely sonority through the ensemble. I think doubling the horn there doesn't necessarily work. It creates a quite firm texture of horn sound against the woodwind sound that sounds not quite so full, despite the number of people playing. You've got to think of the texture sound as well as the dynamic range of the sound. Again, the full sound at 36 is very well made. The blend and tuning of 43, the pause chord, needs a bit of attention. The spacing of the chord means you have to work out where you are in it to make your note, whether it's a harmonically concordant or discordant note, ring perfectly against the others. An exciting sound. The build-up was very well made, and the full tone that you're reserved for now for this triple F is very well made. Just be careful at the end of 59, the diminuendo to forte, don't leave a gap in the music before the crescendo in the next bar. I think that though we see a bar line, the musical phrasing goes across there. bigger change is required at 72. The music suggests that it's quite lyrical and sustained up to 72. Not only does it say slightly faster at 72, but it also there's more accent in the music. And I think at the beginning of that double bar, though it's a continuation of the lyrical idea, it's also the beginning of a new rhythmic pulse, a new rhythmically articulated sound. After such loud playing, there's always a danger that intonation can suffer on the next softer playing. That's the case at 80. We've got to redress the intonation issues as we come away from very loud playing, settle embouchure, settle hearing. In 86, the long pause note possibly could be longer, but think about the ending of it. How do you release the sound into the airspace that follows? Avoid giving a kick. The final bit, very effective indeed. Lovely picture of piece, the opening and ending, obviously framing the musical idea. I think this is a very good ensemble playing with a sort of lovely sense of response to the different types of music you're playing. You have a good range both of physical technique as well as musical maturity, and it's handling both styles very well. Another exciting start, good, crisp, bright playing in the woodwinds. Again in the brass, make sure you just give away enough to let the woodwind detail be heard. Make sure upbeats are well supported before they happen. So bar 2, the quavers, and then bar 10, the crotchet trumpets. Make sure we hear the note from its very beginning, well supported, well projected. From 19, probably slightly less bass, only mezzo forte. Want to hear a little bit more the da-da-da-da clarity of the trombones. They are doing it, but it's just not balanced evenly. Lovely woodwind skittering, and the trumpet tune nicely controlled. Well shaped there, 33, 4, 5, the forte piano, the horn, the rise of the semiquavers, crescendo from everybody, and the new idea in the 35. Well done. Trombones, make sure from 39 we're thinking on long lines. Though you're playing with a sostenuto legato idea, in fact in phrasing there are too many gaps. Dig across the line, cross the bar lines. And for everyone, bar 62, a cadence point. As you make the cadence, be aware of supporting sound right through to the end of your note, then breathing quickly before restarting the next phrase. Don't let things sag away at phrase endings. .72 on the crescendo. Be careful in the trumpets of the tuning as you make the crescendo. And trombones equally in the next bar. At 77, bassoon could be a little stronger to support the oboe. You're the two parts that matter there. And then crescendo in the trombones match the sound at 78, so that all three notes crescendo, rather than just one that we hear the loudest at the end of the bar. Some good lyrical sostenuto playing in all parts here. We could do with a little bit more of the crotchet movement at 87, the dotted middle crotchet in the clarinet, bass clarinet line, and the tenor and baritone sax. You are supporting and therefore accompanying the solo alto sax, but doesn't mean you don't have occasional importance. Be careful of the intonation in the phrasing. If you do little crescendos, diminuendos, keep the pitch center. Horns just here, this is 800. Be careful to keep those quavers steady. Don't hurry with the little details. Give time to the small matters. Intonation again, flutes, be careful. Think before you play, be ready to adjust instantly. It's adjusted a bit, but it's just a bit flat altogether. Well done, so exciting take up the rhythm. 122 in the trombones and bass. Keep the sound strong to the end of the bar. Crescendo right through it, including the last quaver before the forte piano. Nicely balanced here. I think as the program's gone on, you've been taming the hall a bit and you've been working into it, realizing how to bring out detail. Exciting work here. This all moves along very nicely. Lovely relaxed 2-beat. (152) woodwinds on the offbeats. Give it momentum as well, not just backward accents, as it were, that fade away. See if you can get it, have an energy moving forward as well as the shape of the accent, which of course is, as I say, a backward dynamic shape. It's a case of what happens after you've done the initial diminuendo of the accent. Very exciting playing indeed, very good finish, a lovely programme. This ensemble really on cracking form and playing some very good music in a wonderful hall. Just occasional intonation issues, particularly the way you're making the dynamic shapes. Much more important though that you do the dynamic shapes, but there's always a risk inherent in that. Work on the control individually to make crescendo, diminuendo and particularly accents without pitch change, but also as sections in ensemble work on that feature too, so you can be secure and confident in each other's playing. Lovely performances, very good solo leads where you had the excellent melodic patterns to do, and all together, all over, very good rhythmic control right across the stage from such a large ensemble. Great credit, very good to hear you, well done, thank you.